Okay, we're here at the Otter conclusion of the men's cross country, talking with Geoff Kabush, who has just finished second to Bury Stander in a sprint. So, what was it like being out there all day in that sort of specialized sandwich with Todd Wells and Bury Stander?
Oh, it was pretty tough situation, and I guess we had to just be really tentative and defensive. Couldn't let them get in the single track 1-2, or they try to sit up. And anytime we got on a track, they're just hitting me. So I had to try to be really tentative and use my energy as best I could. And I tried to just soften them up a little bit here and there when I could. And my goal was just to try to control to get to a sprint finish. That's what I did, but couldn't quite close the deal, but came pretty close.
Okay, so before we were interrupted by the award ceremony, we were talking about what it was like being out there at the front with two specialized riders, Bury Stander and Todd Wells, and then how you were sort of dealing with that.
Yeah, it was, I can't remember what I said before, but it was a lot of race management for me. I had to really kind of be defensive, make sure the two of them didn't get in the single track 1-2, and then on the road they were just kept 1-2 hitting me, so I had to ride pretty defensive and manage it well to get to the sprint finish, and that was the goal. And unfortunately couldn't quite close the deal, but pretty happy with the result considering all the tactics I had to deal with. Pretty disappointing. I mean, told the commissaires before the race it was going to be a bit ridiculous, the length of the course, and surprised they approved the course. I mean, it's a UCI mountain bike race, but you can hardly say that when half of it almost pavement. It was around an hour 20.
Okay. So you're obviously a rider who's non-favorite, because I was talking with some of the Sea Otter people, and they're saying that they're going to try and stick with this for the future because it's more spectator friendly.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if it's more spectator friendly, but at least make it at least close to an hour 45 too, which is the targeted time. I mean, it's pretty bad miscalculation when it's an hour 20, and yeah, I think it's great to have it around so the spectators can see us a few more than 2 times, but I think they need to put in a little bit more effort into making it a little more off-road, so much on the pavement.
Talk a little bit about the sprint. Looks like you sort of tried to lead it out of the corner and then Bury came by you, or what was happening?
Yeah, we came on the track. I knew Todd was a little hurting, and Bury led the last single track, and pretty happy with that position and was following Bury, but coming down into the last corner, Todd attacked, and I had to kind of follow his wheel, and I tried to wait until we got to the corner to jump, and felt like I made a pretty good jump, but obviously Bury was pretty attentive and was able to get on my wheel and come through there just, and yeah, I took it by about half a bike length, so it's a frustrating day working with those guys, but still pretty happy with how I feel.
Okay, now I guess that brings us to the next point. Assuming that we all get to the UK for the World Cup next weekend,
yeah.
How does coming out of this race and racing against a pretty strong field, how does that make you feel in terms of your condition going into the first World Cup?
Pretty confident. I mean, it's tough to tell today because it's such a short tactical race, but obviously one of the stronger guys, the 3 of us were able to separate pretty quickly from the rest of the guys, and so I'm feeling pretty strong, and really like the looks of the course in Dalby. It looks like a course that could be pretty good for me and the dually, so I'm really hoping we can get over there.
Now, obviously you were riding the new Element dually, and I'm assuming, does this mean that's become pretty much your primary bike now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this course wasn't exactly suited to a dually, but when you have it's light enough and stiff enough, it actually allowed me to run really fast. Run the Max Light 285 tires, which almost have no tread, and they allow you to kind of get through the rougher, bit of bumpy sections better, and not too many courses I can see that are going to favor the hardtail when I have such a nice dually now.
Because there seems to be a split. Some of the guys are going towards 29ers, like Bury and Todd were both on 29ers. Are you going to be using a 29er at all, or are you going to stick more to the dually?
It's not really an option right now. We don't have a Rocky Mountain makes a couple 29ers that got pretty good reviews, but they're not exactly race ready now, and I think that's probably a project that Rocky's going to be working on the next year or two, so when that's ready, I might give it a try, see how it goes.
Okay, well, again, congratulations, and good luck getting to Albi.
You too, Rob.